Yeah, this is just a quick topic. I've done something similar to this video. I think I've done something similar pertaining to women. I think I covered some of these things in the rare gems, the feminine, divine feminine energy in women. I think I did something similar. This is more like an extension to that, you know. I always have it that the women, the female, if you want to call a woman, whatever you agree with, whether it's a woman or a female, words are very tricky stuff, very interesting, tricky stuff. So I'm not sure if it's a woman or female, see, but what this topic is about is the like I've kind of have an understanding that women energy still run this planet. Just about everything we do, everything we manifest, women energy runs it. That's just my opinion. That's from my observation. In our dimension that we live in, women energy has to be running this planet. Has to be running our world. Has to be running our world. At least running our world. Things that we do. Women energy attracts so many things, some desirable things and some undesirable things as well. The energy is like a magnet that attracts things, attracts energy, attracts other energy as well. If I have to use Yoruba culture as an example, only few people, at least people that have some form of connection to soil, to nature, and to other things that have similar patterns to that, will disagree with what I'm saying there. Yoruba culture have so much reference to women energy, the one they call the Yawa, the Yami, It's amazing. Well, look around the world and tell me if women energy doesn't run everything we do. Just look around. It doesn't matter if it's the culture that you have a persuasion for, you kind of have an affinity for. Just look around. What do we do in our world today, or maybe in the ancient time, that doesn't have a blueprint of a female energy on it? Whether it's a good one or a bad one, what do we do? Look at our gadgets. All the gadgets. Who has most? The marketing industry. All marketing industry, or the merchandise, all these things, whose energy is being used to pilot, to do these things. Who? The movie industry, the everything, even things that we consider like, excuse me, some negative stuff, things that has to do with things that we don't really desire. Women energy still runs it, We can talk about this all day, we can talk about this all day. Everything is just being run, everything is, it still powers everything. It's to get the woman energy is the generator, the one that powers everything. Whether it's a good thing or bad thing, whether things are coming from from the manifestation of chaos and hate killings. We need to have a serious comprehension of what energy is before we start thinking somebody's pointing fingers, trying to blame somebody. This is not about blame, this is deeper. Just look around. The female energy or the woman energy is an awesome energy that almost couldn't be surpassed on this planet. Based on what I observe, really, based on my observation, and I'm beginning to see that as long as some section of women's society are very adamant or they're very stubborn in recognizing how powerful they are and in recognizing that how messed up things could be if they don't use the energy well, then we're gonna continue to be in this mess. No pointing fingers, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Women have some awesome energy that in the cleanest purified pure state is unsurpassed. And I'm beginning to see that as well, that on a degenerating state it's unsurpassed either. It's unsurpassed, it's unsurpassed. There are so many questions that I'm still asking myself. I haven't get answers to. Like, you ask questions every day. That's one beautiful thing about children, the way they ask you questions, to the extent that you almost pass out. Children can ask you, you could get passed out from listening to children, especially if you don't have the mentality or the strength to deal with their questioning, because they're awesome questioners. They just want to know. They want to know why so is so, And as you begin to question things as well, you're becoming more childlike. Childlike in the sense that you have more power, chi. Notice the word chi in child. Chi is the life force. So the more you ask questions, the more you have life force. Think about it. Chi there. Child. The chi of the elders, shield. It's like when you're saying you're a child, you are saying that you are the life force of the elders. You are the child of your elders. You are the chi of your elders that give your elders strength. Because as you ask questions, your elders have a choice. Is either they slip into the issue mode, like you have to slip in the issue mode where they have to answer your questions or bow down. So it's like you're giving life force to your elders. You push them to grow. That's what children does to us. They push us to grow. They force us to grow. They force us to grow. Like my brother says, that a parent can teach you, a child can teach you how to become a parent, how to be a parent, whether I end up being a good parent or a bad parent, so to speak. But you can't really teach a child to be a child, because they already have the chi energy in them. You can teach them to be adults though, but you can't teach them to be a child. So as you ask questions, the more you ask questions, or the more I ask questions, then I see how powerful the female energy is. How powerful, whether it's the female energy or the woman energy, I'm beginning to see how powerful they are. And I hope they see how powerful their energy is, so that they can use that energy to do better things, to support better things, to be humble and know their strength, to be humble and return back to their real, pure, organic nature, where heaven resides, or which is related to heaven, where we came from. We descended from our mothers. Why? You know, we carry us in the womb and we descended down. So we always have descendants. I don't really see people talking about ascendant, or unless you're talking about ancestors. You know, but we talk about, I'm a descendant of something. That's my name. I'm a descendant of somebody. I'm a descendant of somebody. All this kind of stuff. We talk about things like that. But we descended. We descended from our mothers. You know. Right. I'm gonna have to go. Just think about it. Think about it. Women or female energy still run this planet of ours. This still runs our world. You know. Sometimes we talk about men run this planet. How? I don't. Well, who give back to these men that run this planet? That runs our world. Are they not women? These men came from a womb. They came from a woman's womb, or the matrix, whether it's a good one or a bad one. Doesn't matrix relate to matrices, Mayat, all these things? You know. Why do we have Mayats in the first place if everything was good? You know, there would be no need for Mayats. It means there was order, and Mayat was asked to be established to restore order, you know. And Mayat is a female feminine energy, you know. So a woman energy is still powers our world, you know. Even if you do see men running it, acting like they're running it, woman energy still powers it. I remember, or even in Yoruba, if I have to go by the Yoruba custom, every time they want to do something, they always ask for the mother's name. You know, if you go to do some appropriation based on sacrifice, they always ask who's your mother, what's the name of your mother. They don't really ask for what's the name of your father. Maybe if your mother is transition, then they can ask for your father's name, being the one in line. You know, so they always ask for the mother's name. They want the mother's consent, you know, because she is the energy that powers everything. That's why they want her consent. And that's, I'm just taking an example from the Yoruba stuff. You can see that on all levels, you know, on all levels, you know. I see them in movies as well. Whether it's a movie made in the village or the one made in the city, so to speak, they mention how powerful the woman energy is. The one Yoruba people call it Yawa. However, they have them in two, the Yawa as Iya Olomo, and they have Yawa as Iyati, Iya that is not the Olomo, the one that caters and protects the baby, and the one that destroys the baby. You know, it's like that duality thing in Yoruba science is unbelievable, you know. So, but regardless, it's still the energy that powers our world. Our third dimensional world. I'm not sure about other worlds, but at least for what we can feel as part of the human, part of the human vessel and the part of the human family, we all can see how powerful the woman energy is. Now, if she's operating on that, if she realizes how powerful she is, and she has the ability to change things around so that she can create babies inside her womb that will come and repair things that have been done unjust, like things that's been unjust. It can create beings or children that will come and put things right, But she has to accept the power, not being stubborn, and she needs to return back to her true self, keep on studying herself. That's how she's gonna be able to know who she truly is. Nobody can teach you can help a woman to return back to their former self, but they have to do the job themselves. They have to do the job themselves. But that still doesn't take away the fact that their energy powers this planet. Their energy runs our world. It runs our world for good or for bad. I don't know, but I could feel it. I can feel it, I can really feel it, Some things of almost unexplainable, based on if you have to find words to explain these things, Well, I think we all have feelings, if the feeling is pure, because feelings can be corrupted as well, feelings can be corrupted. If the feeling is pure, that gears towards growth, that really gets towards growth and progressive way, that way of that trying to go, return back to my heart thing, because we were living in the world of chaos. And we still, for majority of the humanity, we're still living in the world of chaos. Look at the state of the world. Before I came on this, that it's been like that. Look at now, we still experience the same thing. There were more chaos. There were more unbalancement than balancement. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's really amazing. So women energy still powers this planet. The question is, what type of woman energy powers this planet? That's the question we need to be asking ourselves. What type of woman energy powers this planet? Is this the woman with the Ajay Olomo status on her, or the one that has the destruction of babies, which is Ajay Tumangpaomo, the one that kills the baby status, or the one that protects the baby status? Which one? It has to be one of the two, or it maybe has to do with the two sisters fighting, the one that protects the baby and the other one that doesn't like the baby. Maybe their energy, it has to be one of them energy, or two, those energy fighting each other, and everybody just get caught in it because we came from those two wombs, or maybe more than those two wombs. I don't know. These are just my perspectives on things based on what I see. We're living in the matrix. Or which matrix though? Which matrix? Is it just one matrix, or there are more than one matrix, or we be intertwined in different matrix, like they kind of overlap each other? I don't know, but I can feel some things. I'm having the feeling that women energy still run this planet. I mean, coming from Yoruba standard, Yoruba perspective, I could relate to that. I could relate to that. That the way Yoruba people give all these praises and references to the women, I think people think it's a joke. And a balanced woman will give back to everything good. Unbalanced woman can wreck everything. things, that's what we need to remember. Everything is created in that womb. So if the womb is pure, pure things will come out from it. If the womb is not pure, then it's going to be a challenge, isn't it? But that does not mean the energy still runs this planet, still runs our world. Yeah, still runs our world. I mean, this is just a quick video, you know. There's no point in going about it because these things could lead to somewhere else, and I want to keep the video short. So just remember, the female or woman energy still runs our world, you know. Everybody's world, so to speak, you know. Everyone's world, you know. I'm out. Ọmọ àgbà mẹ́tàlá. Àṣẹ.